Hi guys, good evening. Hi Ale, hi Marilena, hi Samuel. How are you?
My teacher, fine. And
Okay.
you?
I'm still recovering my voice. I'm a little bit sick, so I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do a lot of talking today. You're gonna be talking more than me, okay? So I do apologize in advance because I
Okay.
still have like a flu. I still have a flu and I'm trying to recover my voice.
Okay, teacher.
How was your weekend?
Hi,
Hello, Samuel. How was your weekend?
it was very tired because I have to clean my room and wash the clothes and everything in the house. So it's very occupied.
So those are called chores. How you
Yeah,
have to do like your chores in the house, like laundry and clean your room and all that, right?
yeah.
Okay, okay, super. Well, welcome. Tonight we're gonna get started. I have two topics, but I wanna go first over the most important one, which is I want you to open up your platform for those of you who have not taken the midterm, and I want us to go over section by section. That way you can develop it right now and have it complete. So if you please, I'll give you a couple of minutes. That way you can go into your platform. I'm going to show you where. When you go into the platform, and I want you to go here. It's right all the way on after 3:15, you'll find your midterm. Your midterm, it's divided into several parts. Circle the words. Well, it's part A all the way to E. But I'm going to give you a couple minutes. That way you develop part by part in case you have questions about it and we can do it together, okay? So I want you to go to part A for your midterm, please. Let me know when you guys are there, which is circle the words. And you're going to have 4 categories here, 4 different questions. Let me know when you're there, please. Are you all there?
Yes.
Okay, super. When you're done, please raise your hand. Please raise your hand when you're done, okay?
Okay.
There's like a little hand icon on your controls. If you have questions, ask me, okay? If you do have questions, let me know in any of the questions or in any of the words below. If you have questions, let me know. For those of you who just joined, welcome. We're doing the midterm. We're doing section A, which is circle the words. on the platform, your midterm. Section 3, midterms. That way we can do it together. In case you have questions or in case you have any doubts, please let me know.
Any doubts?
Do you guys have any questions or any words that you don't know from this part A? Are you almost finished? Please raise your hand when you're done. Okay.
Teacher, sorry, I was trying to do the exercise, but can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? Can
Yes,
you
I
hear
can.
me?
Yes, I can listen to you.
Okay, I was trying to do the exercise, and suddenly the platform kicked me out, and I was trying to sign in again, but I already introduced my email and my password,
Mm-hmm.
and the platform says I already start my session successfully, but my email it doesn't enroll in an account with Inglés Corporativo.
Okay. Hmm.
So I don't know what happened because the last week I was using the same.
Mm-hmm. Are you logged in? Well, you're logged in on your laptop, but do you have a session opened up on your cell phone, maybe?
No, it's just
Or
in my cell phone.
are you doing it on your cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you check if you have, what happens is that sometimes we have like little tabs on the cell phone open. Can you check if you have them open that are there? Like little tabs. Sometimes it shows that we have many windows open on the Explorer or on Chrome. on Google. So when you log in and there's like, it gives like a number. Sometimes we have even 13 windows open and we just don't realize because it doesn't really display unless we access a page. Try closing everything and try to log in again.
Yeah. Let me try again.
Okay. How are the rest of the guys doing? What number are you in? All of you.
Part B.
Okay. What about Katie? What about Luis, Joanna, Marilena, Marisela? Are you almost done?
I am finished.
I'm
Okay.
finished too. I'm finished
Okay.
too.
Okay. I'll give you 1 more minute and that way we can go over the answers. Okay, let me go over the answers with you in case you guys have any doubts. Okay, for the first one, please clean up. Okay, please clean up bedroom. It's really a mess. Now there's something missing. That's why sometimes we can get confused. For example, here, there's something missing in the sentence. Please clean up your bedroom or please clean up the bedroom, but still clean up would be the right phrasal verb for this one, okay? Even though there's something missing here, okay? Do you guys have it correct?
Yes.
Super. Number 2, could you please put away the groceries in the kitchen? Okay, to store them somewhere. That's put away. To store them. Number 3, can you turn down the TV while I'm on the phone? Okay, turn down.
Yes.
Super. For the second part, microwave ovens are used for cooking. You can never use, and this is a tip for everybody, you can never use the verb to with cooking, okay? You can never use, I'm sorry, and verb in ing with to. It will always go with for. You can say to cook, but not to cooking, okay? Or used for cooking. And for is indirect, is when you're not doing the action, when somebody else is doing the action for you. And to is when you directly, when you are doing the action, okay? In case you're wondering, why can I not say microwave ovens are used to cook food very fast? Because you are not cooking. The microwave is heating up the food for you. So that's the reason why you use for, because it's indirect. And whenever there's an action that it's direct, then you use to. But when it's somebody else doing it for you, then you use for. And then we have, when you go back to the beach, try not to get the camcorder wet, okay? It's the negative. Not to don't get, to and don't never go along together. Not getting doesn't make sense, okay? That's why the best option is not to get the camcorder wet. Number 3, you can use my cell phone to leave a voicemail. For leave, remember, for it's with ing, to it's with the verb in infinitive always. That's like a secret rule in grammar. And the last one is don't forget.
Sorry, teacher.
Yes.
Can you repeat the last thing that you say?
Yes. What happens is that for, you can never use for with ing. I'm sorry,
Yes,
with
no.
infinitives. You always use them with ing, for example, for leaving, but not for leave, okay?
Yes.
And it's indirect. And you use to with infinitive verbs, okay? Like in this case, to leave. And,
Yes,
and then,
yes. Is the rule. Okay.
because of the rule, just like for you to have in mind, whenever you use to, it will go in the infinitive way. Whenever you use for, it's with ing.
Yes.
But in this
Yes,
case,
yes.
okay. And for number 4, don't forget to take your ATM card with you, okay? Now, taking or for taking doesn't really make sense, so the best option is to take. Did you guys have it all correct?
Yes.
Super.
Yes.
Yay. Okay, great. So let's go to our next section. This is section A. Let's go to our next section, which is section B. I'll give you a couple of minutes. Here we have 5. So I'll give you 5 minutes to do it, 1 minute per each one. And then we're going to go over the answers together.
That's right.
One more minute.
Okay. Start again.
Finish.
You're ready?
Okay, guys, so going over the answers. Here we're rewriting them using, well, in parentheses, you will find what they're asking you to, or how to rewrite your sentences or questions. For example, for the first one, it was close the door, please. Could you? The right answer is, could you close the door, please? Okay. And again, in English, you could always say, could you please close the door? Either way, it's correct, okay? But in this case, it's asking us to use a please at the end. But in regular English, you could use it either or. For number two, we have two possibilities. We could say, would you please take out the garbage? Or would you please take the garbage out? Either way is correct as well. For number three, we have, would you mind not sitting there? For number four, we have, can you please take the cat out? For number five, and the last one would be two options too. Could you repeat that, please? Or could you repeat that, please? Now remember, it's very important, like I've always mentioned, capital letters are very important. If there's contractions, also the apostrophes are very important. Punctuation marks, very important. Double spacing, try not to leave double space. So sometimes it doesn't take your answer, not because it's not correct, but because the way you're writing it, it's not, the system, remember it's a machine, so it might not be taking the right answer, okay? So always remember to check capital letters, contractions, punctuation marks, and commas, okay? In case, just in case.
Teacher,
Yes.
in the last one, could you repeat that comma, please?
For the last one.
Yes.
Yes, no, I was telling you to be careful.
Yes, but
always,
it's wrong.
could you read? Yeah, could you read? Yeah, here it's wrong. I understand the way it's written. Could you repeat that, please? Could you repeat that, please? Or could, I mean, here it's wrong because it's using. See how it's written? It's incorrect. Remember, then again, the platform might have one or two glitches. Okay, there might be one or two mistakes. And what we always do is we just give a feedback to the provider. That way the provider can go back and revise it and just double check on it. Maybe it's just like a typing mistake.
Okay.
But the idea is for you to be able to get the answer and avoid the double spacing or avoid not using the correct punctuation mark, etc. The idea is for you to always add a punctuation at the end, okay? Or a capital letter at the beginning. Super. But thank you for bringing that up. I'm going to send feedback on that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to part C. For this one, you're going to be listening to some audio, okay? And you're going to be answering 4 questions, okay? I'll give you 5 minutes as well for this one. And I'll be back with you. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay, super. Let's go over the answers. Okay, so for number 1, Stephanie says Richard is a geek. I hope you have it correct. You know
Yes.
what a geek is, right? Somebody who is super smart. That's a geek. Super smart, okay. In our times, we used to call it nerds also. Somebody who's very brilliant, but now they call them geeks too. Then we have Barry asks Martha how to scan photographs.
Yes.
For number 3, we have, according to Eva, her roommate used her computer a lot. Okay. Here, her roommates use her computer a lot, not roommates. For number 4, Heather shows Carlos how to use his new computer to highlight text. You guys have it all correct? All of them correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yay, that's good. Great job, guys. Okay, super. Let's move into our next part. Part D, which is reading. Okay? You'll have a little text and then you have 4 questions, okay? I'll give you 4 minutes for this one. Well, 5 because you need to read the text. Okay? I'll be back with you for this one.
Okay.
Are you guys ready? Almost ready?
Ready.
Ready?
Okay, super. Let's go over the answers together. Okay, so based on Dear Sally, how did the teens respond to their neighbor's request? Correct answer is they didn't say anything. Number 2, what happened as the what happened as the tree was being chopped down? The new family continued to cut it down. Okay. For number 3, what is the problem with the dogs? They are outside barking all the time. And number 4, what was Sally's advice? To let the police solve the problem. Do you guys have them all correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yay, good job, guys. Great score for you. Okay, let's go with our next section, which is matching. For this one, we have 4. We have 4, okay? So I'll just give you a couple minutes. At 8:40, we're gonna go over the answers. So good luck. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, super. Okay, so going over the answers, we have for the first one, before a young man and a woman speak, what do? They might chat with each other on the internet or any other media, right? Before they speak. Okay, that's the correct answer. Number two, before they meet for the first time, there's a mistake here, they meet for the first time, they usually talk on the telephone or on the cell phone or anywhere else on the social media. When they have their first date, they often meet in a public place such as a coffee shop. Okay. For number four, and the last one is after they meet for the first time, they sometimes arrange another date. You guys have them all correct?
Almost.
Yes.
Almost. Okay.
Yes.
Well, guys, I hope you did a great job. I hope you had an 80 as a passing score for this first midterm. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about this?
Not really.
Okay,
No.
super. Okay. Not that difficult. Well, I wanna wrap it up before I let you go because it's almost time, but I really wanted to focus on you guys doing the midterm. Before we go into section 4, there was something missing for our last section. Which was let's celebrate. And that is, I want you to go to 315, which was a reading exercise, unique customs. And I have something ready for you for this exercise, which is 315, unique customs. If you can open it, that would be great. If not, don't worry. As you know, all around the world, people practice or do, right? They practice different celebrations, especially they have various different and unique customs all over the world. I want to show you, aside from the reading, I want to show you a couple of more that are true and that actually happened at least until 2019, and we're going to discuss one by one for you to realize that it is actually true. Okay, so just give me a minute while I share. Need to enable the sound, and that way. And I'll send you the video at the end. It's called Strange Customs Around the World That Are Still Happening in 2019. For this video, I'm going to show you what I do, because sometimes they can be fake news or fake items. So I always do my research. So we're just going to go over the first 2 or 3. That way you guys realize that it actually happens around the world. Let's go over the first one.
Our Earth is like a treasure kiss. But don't think to create a website, head over to wix.com/go/infographics2019 to try out one of their premium plans right now. There are many strange customs practiced by people around the world. Some might jump from a 100-foot stand or get stung by ants to prove they're growing up. Others get covered in cinnamon or pepper as adults unlucky in love. Men jump over babies and women throw them off buildings to protect their souls from harm. Others fling tomatoes or oranges in the streets to honor the gods or reenact a myth. Some even create feasts for monkeys or bury a fake sardine to symbolize death. Let's discuss some of the weirdest things people do in this episode of the Infographics Show, Strange Customs Around the World. In the transition between child and adult, most experience a few growing pains along the way. But these are nothing compared to what is customary for some young boys in the Amazon to go through. First, they must get bullet ants and place them in a pair of gloves. Then they put these on 20 different times, dancing as they are stung by the ants over and over again. The pain from the ants is described as 30 times worse than the sting of a bee, and each glove is swarming with them.
Did you know about this unique custom, guys? When kids transition from being a kid into an adult in the Amazon, they have to put their hands inside mittens with bullet ants, and they have to be stung by the ants and dance. Did you know this? And they have to do this ritual like for 20 different times throughout their teenagehood.
Yes.
No, I never.
Sometimes another tribes have another rituals
Mm-hmm.
when they have to hunt a certain animal or to perform certain actions. Yeah, it may vary, but yeah, sometimes they're like crazy things because that bullet ants are pretty dangerous.
I've heard they can actually kill you because the pain. Imagine the pain. It's 30 times
Yes.
more than being stung by an ant. Now remember, there's like two scenarios here. Somebody who traveled from anywhere in America who has always lived indoors, and somebody who's actually lived their entire lives to an exterior or outdoors, right? So they're used to scorpions, snakes, and many other animals. So I guess they have more strength than us, that we are always indoors, and just being stung by a bee, we get the big old bruises on our hands or anywhere we get stung. But I want to show you both sides of the scenario. This is actually a National Geographic. I went over it. So I'm going to show you part of the video of how the ritual actually is. And then I'm going to show you somebody who came from, I think it's from Australia, and experienced it. And he couldn't even bear it for it. It's unbearable pain. Let me show you a little bit of this video.
The Mexican people have to.
Mhm.
The Mexican people had, for example, tequila. Tequila and worm, inside worm is a common, but tequila plus one snake.
Ah.
In the
Oh.
snake and tequila. For me,
That's
nothing.
strange. That's super strange.
Yes,
Tequila and a snake,
yes.
super strange. Because usually you see a little worm inside of it, right? Uh-huh. But now imagine, yeah.
The worm is possible for me, the worm, but the snake, never.
That's
I dislike the snake.
way out of league, of course. Definitely. Let's go over this short video. I'm going to show you a little piece of it for you to have an idea.
In the
of how it
remote
goes.
Amazonian village of Inhubei, the moan of the horns means a grueling initiation is about to begin. Several times a year, the Saturday Mawe Indians hold a painful 11-hour ritual in which boys as young as 12 must stick their hands into a pair of specially made gloves, each one infested with a swarm of angry, stinging jungle carnivores, giant tropical bullet ants. No initiate can be considered a true Indian, a warrior, until he has worn the gloves not just once, but 20 times.
20
This afternoon,
times.
Ted
Wow.
Beltrow will wear the ant gloves for the first time, with 19 more to come.
People say that I don't have the courage to do it. I have, and I will do it.
The men face the prospect of getting stung even before the ritual starts, when they head off to capture the ants. A stab from this predator's abdominal spear is 30 times worse than a bee sting. The tribe's medicine man drugs the ants by soaking them in an herbal solution. But their stupor will only last long enough for them to be thrust one by one, stinger first, into the gloves. According to the Sature Mare legend, these menaces provide the perfect test of one's worthiness to take on adult roles. In less than an hour, the ants are awake. Trapped in the woven mitt, they writhe in angry desperation.
Imagine all the process or everything, what they do, right? Imagine how they prepare everything. They put the ants to sleep for a little while. That way they can get the mittens ready. And then they go to the ritual, which is this one. I'm going to put it.
Their agony is unmistakable. To help distract them, the medicine man leads them in a dance around the pole. To be seen as a true tribal warrior, each must endure the ants' punishment for more than 10 minutes.
And this is real. That's what they do to become warriors. So they have to wear the gloves inside. And this is somebody from their tribe, but then a visitor came by and tried to do it. So imagine his reaction, right? I'm gonna just show you part of it.
Seems I'm actually a bit nervous for him.
I leant forward and presented my hands.
Oh, God.
Could I put these gloves on and keep my cool in front of the tribe?
Have mercy.
Obviously not.
So imagine the reaction is different, right? Our body reacts in total different ways. So it's the pain he expressed was unbearable.
Jeez, with a couple of deep breaths though, I felt like I'd be back to normal in no time.
Can I get you a Panadol? A Nurofen Plus?
What do I do? What do I do?
You have to dance to release the pain, Amish.
Okay, can we dance then?
Jeez, I was going to be surprised if this helped.
Seems like a...
But then he's under a lot of pain. He starts sweating, having high fever. So imagine the reaction, right? So this is one of those unique customs that happen around the world. And I'll show, I think I have like one more to show you before I let you go because it's almost time. This was the first one from the video. And this is the
Once they've successfully done this, they can consider themselves a man. Another extreme type of test is expected of young boys on a Vanuatuan island. They must prove their ability to conquer fear by a practice called land diving. This requires climbing a 100-foot tower of wood and jumping headfirst down to the ground, escaping certain death only because of vines tied around their ankles.
This tradition happens in a place called Vanuatuan Island, and it's considered like the first bungee jumping, but this is called land diving. Have you ever heard about this one before?
No, never.
No. I think it's called land diving. Okay, this one. And here, kids, as you see here, like 5-year-old kids throw themselves. They just tied up by vines, and it's amazing how they do it with no protection whatsoever. And this is a ritual they all do. I'll show you like a little video of it.
By some estimate, land diving dates back 15 centuries. Its exact origin is obscure, but it is tied to the local religion of animism. People here believe in a world of spirits that demands offerings. Originally, divers would perform just after the yam harvest, to thank the gods and to assure another fruitful crop. The village of Wally is one of several on the island that holds land diving rituals every April and May. Willie Warren supervises the tower's construction.
I built the tower when my father is still alive. When my father died, and I took his place.
By jump day, 9 men have volunteered to dive. A vine breaks, but this diver is lucky. In the past, a snapped vine resulted in a fractured hip. Others have broken collarbones. Traditionally, islanders believe that the higher the jump, the greater the blessing. Men brave enough to dive from the top secured a good yam crop and the prosperity of the community.
And it's interesting how there's this little kid that actually jumps, like a 5-year-old kid jumps actually. So it's amazing. It's a out of league, unique customs. I'm gonna send you the video, that way you guys go over it. It was part of the class, but as always, time flies with you guys. I hope to see you all tomorrow. Thank you again for joining in today. Okay, and I'll see you tomorrow with, hopefully we can get to see another unique tradition tomorrow and then jump into our next unit, okay, which is unit 4 already, section 4. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for joining in today, okay? Good night.
Okay,
Good
thank
night.
you. Good
Bye,
night.
guys. Bye.
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 Bye.